Hey, kia ora, Helen Broms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Yes, I know I am 2 hours early, but I am super exhausted right now, and I want to go lay down, and it means that I may not wake up in time for tonight's episode, or I just may carry on sleeping through the night. I don't know. So rather than miss today, I decided to come on now, one, while I kind of have the energy to do it, and two, I got something amazing to share with you. It is so cool. But first of all, welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1304, COVID day 10. And I'm probably going to stop counting COVID today, but hang on. COVID day 10, I love surprise. I love surprises. I'm probably going to stop counting the COVID thing now since I have been testing negative. And the only thing I got left is this cough that keeps popping up when I change altitude. In other words, going from standing to sitting to laying to sitting to standing to leaning forward sometimes is enough to trigger it. So last night was a pretty rough night. Lots of ups and downs. Probably because, and I will tell you this, it was because of my Chick-fil-A milkshake. It was dairy, which I shouldn't be having right now because of the congestion problems. And it was full of sugar, which, yeah, that definitely helps. It definitely doesn't help with dehydration. And so I was up and down a lot during the night for the dehydration because I'd wake up, my mouth would be so dry. And you know, there's that little saliva output just down in here underneath your tongue, and you can play with it and pull out. I wasn't even pulling out saliva out of that, and I was like, yeah, this ain't good. So at one point I got up, got my glass out, and I got out my LMNTs, which is the powdered electrolytes that's good for anybody on keto. So even for diabetics as well, because it doesn't have the sugar stuff in it. Threw that into a glass and was drinking that. Then I'd have a glass of coconut water to go with it, and then I'd go back to bed. And that helped ease the dehydration, just doing that instead of just simply drinking water. And so I was eventually able to get to sleep. Got up this morning and got showered and dressed, although I didn't wash my hair. And so you have bed hair that you are seeing today. This is bed hair. This is how I went to bed last night, in a ponytail with a braid. I just couldn't be bothered doing anything with it today. It was I have to be in a certain frame of mind to wash this mop, I tell you. Although I had this really vivid dream last night of going to a hairstylist and having them cut my hair. It was weird. And every time I got up and went to the bathroom and then came out here and did the electrolytes and the coconut water, and then I went back to bed and I'll go back to sleep and I'll be back in the hair salon again. And they were arguing over how much hair they were going to chop off. And I'm just sitting there just watching this all play out in the mirror as these hairstylists are arguing over my hair. And the person who I'm actually booked in to see is nowhere to be seen. It's all the other hairstylists in the salon arguing. And I'm like, this is the weirdest dream ever. But anyway, so got up this morning, had a shower, had some breakfast, and I was sitting here at the computer and I just started oh, my friend Vanessa's calling me. I'll have to call you back, Vanessa. I haven't spoken to her in ages. And so I just sat down at the computer here and I thought, oh, I know I've got a lot of work on for next week because I've put all my work on for this week off to next week. And I thought, let me just start, chipping away at it. And like 3 hours later, I caught up on everything that I had for my client. So that was really cool. And then, with the client and everything else. And so I got all of her work basically caught up. There's a couple of things I'm waiting on, which I'm not going to get till Monday, which is fine, but it means everything else is done, sorted, and all of that. So that's good. And then I was sort of like, oh, hang on. Somebody told me I should do an Etsy store at some point. Let me look at that. And so then I spent time setting up my Etsy store and quickly pulling in some of my artwork AI artwork that I have done and stuff, and made some coasters with it and threw them up there, and pulled a couple of books and put them up there. And so my Etsy store is now launched. So, and the link is in the description below. I think it's beforethedirtnap.etsy.com. I think, if that's what I remember. Yeah. beforethedirtnap.etsy.com is the name of the link, but it's in the description below. So go check that out. And there's going to be more stuff going up there because I've got so much, stuff that I have done with AI and artwork and things. And so I started off with some coasters, and then I'm going to go and do some other bits and pieces with some of the designs as well. But I was pretty proud of it. I got that up and running. And then I put a book up there, a couple of ebooks up there. And one of the ebooks, I just went over to Amazon and uploaded that as an ebook for Kindle. So that's all waiting its approval as well. And I'm like getting there, and I'm like, I have had a busy. I'm like sitting here, and I'm like going, jeepers, I have had a huge day on productivity, and this is the busiest day I have had since before getting COVID. And I'm like, wow. And then I'm like, how do I feel? I feel exhausted. Just mentally, physically, just feel exhausted right now. And I thought, well, I'm going to go and have a lay down. I looked at the time and went, yeah, probably not a wise idea right now, because if I go and lay down now, I may not wake up till tomorrow morning, just depending on how I feel. But partway through the day, I got a really, really cool surprise. And if you don't know me, I love surprises. It's very hard to catch me on surprises at times, but ice cold coconut water, love it. But I got a knock on my door, and that was earlier this afternoon. I got a knock on my door and opened it, and it was my next door neighbor in the RV to my right. Park model this side, RV that side, then there's another park model. And they're a really nice couple. They've got this beautiful dog called Luna. They adopted him when he was 4. Today was his 9-year gotcha day. So that was pretty cool. I learned that about Luna. But Luna had, I mean, you've all seen, I don't know if you've all seen Zeffie's paws, but she has these beautiful, delicate little delicate, pointy paws. They're just very slender and delicate. But don't fight with her on them, because, yeah. Well, Luna looks like she's got these. Luna is a gorgeous, gorgeous dog. I don't even know what breed he is, but he has these like little white booties on, with these big paws, and they're big rounded paws, not the pointy paws like Zeffie has. So they look a little clunkier, but they look so cute on him. And he's got these little white sockies. I call them little white boots, because his feet are all white, and then they go up his leg a little bit, and he's got these little white boots on for his paws. But he's got these big, probably about this size paws. And you're probably thinking, well, that doesn't look very big. Well, when you're looking at Zeffie's paws, which are fine and delicate, and then you look at Luna's paws, yeah, it's a very big visual difference. But yeah, so she was standing there, and she had bought me this. She handed me this and says, "Here, I bought you a flower." And this is a bulb, as you can see in the water there. It's got the roots, but it's for a pink hyacinth. I love hyacinths. I love their beautiful perfume that they put out. So I've read the instructions. I have to figure out where to put it, because it's got to be in a bright place. And you have to turn it every day so it grows straight and doesn't lean towards the sun. And I'm like thinking my mother's windowsill in her kitchen would be perfect for this. But both my mother and I love hyacinths, and my mum has had several of these. So this was this beautiful bulb. It's got the flowers coming up, and I can't wait. I can't wait. But not only that, hang on, that's not all. She then hands me, then she goes, "Oh, and here's some chocolate." And she had this handmade card. And when you open it, and as soon as she says, and here's some chocolate, I'm like, girl after my own heart. It's a Godiva Belgian 1926 Masterpieces dark chocolate ganache heart. See? And that was inside this card, and I love this. It says, it's a saying from somebody unknown. It said, "If I had but 2 loaves of bread, I would sell one and buy hyacinth, for it would feed my soul." And I love that because hyacinth flowers are gorgeous. I love them. And she says, "Get to feeling fantastic and sparkling again." She knows me so well. And, we don't interact a lot and all of that, but when we do, we have these nice little conversations and things. So that was my surprise today. I got a beautiful handmade card and hyacinth flowers. I thought that was so sweet, such a surprise. And after she left it, when I looked at what it was, there it goes again. Yeah, but put them on the counter over there till I figure out where I'm going to put the hyacinth, where Zeffie's not going to knock it over, it's not going to be in her way, a place that she can't get to chew, which will probably be on the kitchen counter somewhere, which means, yeah, that's going to be fun. But I'm so appreciative of the neighbors I have around here. And we were talking about last week and how this week Zeffie's been with the thing, and I said it's been great because I haven't had to worry about her making sure she gets enough exercise and that sort of stuff. She says, well, look, if you're ever tied up and Zeffie needs a walk, she says, we go for a walk like every 3 to 4 hours. So I'm happy to take Zeffie with me when I take Luna out for a walk. And she says, just let me know. I'm like, thank you. So and this neighbor this side actually asked me one time, and I totally appreciate the fact that they did ask. They says, we could watch Zeffie for you when you're not here. I said, I truly appreciate that. I said, but I don't want her getting confused. And they said, why is that? I said, because every time you walk past the RV, she's going to want to come in and wonder why the RV's there and she can't go there. She has to go home with you next door. And I said, if you have her out in your little yard there, or if you have, out in the fenced-in yard, or if you have her on the front porch and she sees the RV, she's going to stand there and start whining. And they're like, oh, we didn't think of that. And I said, yeah. And I said, but I will tell you this. I said, if there is an emergency and I need to go really quickly or something like that, like if there's an emergency, I said, absolutely. And you guys are here and you're available, absolutely. I have no problem leaving with her in an emergency. I said, but if it's something that's planned, I'm going to be putting her with the family that she's with right now. And I said, please, it's nothing against you guys because I know how much you guys absolutely adore her. And they really do. They love her. They love on her every time they see her. And she sees Mike and she's like trying to get to him. She does her pull. She pulls me. If she sees Mike, she starts, and then she starts getting down low and pulling. And for a 38-pound dog, she can pull. She's pulled me off balance. A 38-pound dog has pulled me off balance. I've got to watch her. Yes. And I get all these people I get all these people around the park offering to take me. Oh, I can look after Zeffie for you. Yeah. I would absolutely love to do that, but knowing how much she pulls, I wouldn't feel safe leaving her with you because she could suddenly dart off and you'd be unaware and either be dragged behind her or her leash gets lost. And I said, yeah. I said, if you don't have the strength to hold her, that's my concern. And they totally understand. So I'm now today is going to be the last day I'm going to call this COVID day. So COVID day 10, we are done with COVID. We may still have blocked sinuses. We may still have the chest cough thing going. The energy thing is definitely improving. I have not had a nap yet today, which is probably why I'm so exhausted right now. But I thought, next week, while we're still getting with the energy program, but definitely eating more protein has definitely helped with the energy levels. The carbs just burn too quickly. I burn them too quickly. I have to have the protein to sustain the energy. And I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier on. But I'm going to go make me a tuna sandwich right now, tuna fish sandwich. And then I'm going to see how I feel. And if I still feel okay, then I'm going to, maybe go sit and read. But if I still feel a lack of energy, but the laundry still has not been done. It has not been done. It's one of those things that's just going to be, I'm going to get up in the morning, get dressed, and the bags will make it out here. And I'll just wake up and go, oh, okay. And I'll just go pop them in the, in fact, I'll probably go put them in the car tonight or something like that. And I'll just go up in the car and drive over, tomorrow morning or Sunday morning or just one of the mornings. And it's just one of those things that I'm trying not to, I find that I get a lot more done when I don't actually plan. Like I know what needs to be done. And it's just like I wake up and like this morning, I had no intention of working today. None, zero. And yet I got clients' works done. I got the Etsy store set up. I got a book published on Amazon. I had a very productive day. And there was no plans for that type of productivity. My productivity I was planning was laundry. So maybe since I've done all this other work, although I can still do some stuff tomorrow. I can, maybe if I take my laptop over to the library with me tomorrow when I do the laundry, because the library's next door to the laundry, then while the washing's going, I can go sit in the library, because I have some books that need to be delivered to the library as well. And I can sit in the library and work on some more stuff for the Etsy store. Because like I said, and that's the other thing I'm doing too, is I'm going to be doing some NFTs as well. So it's all happening. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to go and make myself a tuna fish sandwich for dinner this evening, and then I'll either read or I'll go to bed. Who knows? Maybe I might even go for a drive. I may even do that. I know I have to go get gas, so maybe I should go get the gas. Might go do that. Anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow evening around 6 p.m. Pacific. Hei konera.